Hi guys, in this channel we talk about games and how to get the most out of it in general. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel because here you will find an incredible content of games and everything you ask will be brought on video. Without further delay and hope that already have left the like and comment support, we get the video. In this video I will talk about the top 15 games that will come out in October 2021. Prepare the popcorns because this video will be a little big. All the games will be displayed in order of departure. So starting on number 15. FIFA 22 will feature state-of-the-art hypermotion technology. In this edition, EA Sports give you a more realistic, fluid and responsive gaming experience than ever before. FIFA 22 also introduces machine learning, through which players' behavior will be more faithful to reality. The game features more than 4,000 different moves, 3 times more than in previous edition of FIFA. There is no doubt that FIFA 22 will raise the bar when it comes to immersion and gameplay. Number 14. Jett the Far Shore. Jett invites you on an interstellar expedition to carve out a future for a people haunted by oblivion in this cinematic action adventure. As Scout may be the first to deploy to a mid-ocean planet, take the helm of the Jett and explore a vast unknown. Number 13. Far Cry 6 is a future first-person shooter video game developed by Ubisoft. It is the sixth major title in the Far Cry series and will be released on October 7, 2021 for Amazon Luna, Google Stadia, Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One and Series. The game takes place on a fictional Caribbean island called Yara, inspired by Cuba, ruled by a dictatorship of El President Anton Castillo, who is raising his son Diego. To follow his government, the player takes on the role of a guerrilla trying to reclaim the island for his people. Number 12, Black 4 Blood is an upcoming multiplayer first-person shooter game developed by Turtle Rock Studio and published by Warner Bros. It is slated for release on October 12, 2021 for Windows, PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One and Xbox Series. The game has been considered to be the spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead, as it is being by the creators of the original game and features largely developed identical gameplay. The gameplay of Black 4 Blood is largely similar to Left 4 Dead. Both are 4 players cooperative games and 8 players in the PvP mode with a focus on multiplayer and replayability. A new feature of Black 4 Blood is cards. At the start of each level, players need to build their deck with cards that adjust various elements of gameplay, such as modifying the player's health, damage and stamina. Along with player cards, the AA director will also corruption cards against the player to harden their progress. You can spawn extra enemies, activate a fog effect and increase the size of a horde, and such more. Number 11. NHL 22. EA Sports releases its first gameplay trailer for NHL 22, the publisher's first NHL game to officially be revealed on the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series. The trailer gives the first real look at the franchise's first foray into the Frostbite engine, EA's exclusive graphics engine used for previous FIFA and Madden NFL games. The move allows for improved graphics, improved lighting and improved objects to create a more realistic, lively looking scenario. The Frostbite engine will be able on all versions of the game regardless of system generation. Number 10. Crysis Remastered Trilogy will give players not familiar with the franchise to be able to play through the whole storyline from the very beginning with this all-in-one bundle. Players will be transported through North Korea islands to New York City, where they all have to save humanity from a deadly virus, to the final where they'll be on a revenge mission to uncover the truth about CELL. Number 9. Into the Pit. Humble Games and Nullpoint Games have announced Into the Pit for Xbox and PC. which will have a direct debut on the Game Pass. Uh, it's going to release in October 19. Okay, is a high-speed retro first-person shooter roguelite that aims to challenge your reflexes and your skills. As you travel through these treacherous dungeons, you'll have to trigger special spells to defeat enemies, and besides being possible to improve your powers, you can mix keys and runes to customize the gameplay. Number 8, Battlefield 2042 is an upcoming first-person shooter video game developed and published by Electronic Arts. The game is to be released on October 22 for Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One and Series. Uh, Unlike recent Battlefield games, Battlefield 2042 will be merely multiplayer and will not have a single player campaign. Similar to its procedures, Battlefield 2042 is a multiplayer focused first person shooter. As the game is set in the near future, it features futuristic weapons and gadgets like deployable turrets and drones, as well as vehicles that players can command. Players can now request a vehicle airdrop to any location. The game also introduced a new plus system which allows players to customize their weapons on the spot. The class system has significantly overwhelmed. Players can take control of a specialist who falls under the four traditional Battlefield gameplay classes of Assault, Engineer, Medic, and Recon. These characters can while all the weapons and gadgets players have unlocked. Each operator has their own unique skill and gadget. For instance, one of the specialists is equipped with a wingsuit, while another is equipped with a healing pistol. The game will launch with 10 specialists. Evolution and destruction and destructive environments from Battlefield 4 will return, and extreme weather effects such as tornadoes and sandstorm which can lift players into a vortex and drastically reduce the visibility respective. We'll also have present in the game will feature 7 maps and launch at launch. Okay, the game has 3 main gameplay modes: all-out warfare, breakthrough, and conquest. Two staple modes of the series. In Conquer, 2 teams combat against each other to capture control points. 1 control point in the sector are captured. The team will control the sector. In Breakthrough, 1 team must try to capture another team's control points, while another team must defend them. Both modes can be played with against artificial intelligence. The PC, PS5, and Xbox Series and S version supports 128 players, um, and PS4 and Xbox One version will only support 64 players. Other modes included in the games are a cooperative multiplayer mode called Hazard Zone, and a community-driven platform called Battlefield Portal. Portal allows players to create customized multiplayer modes and select maps from past Battlefield game features. In addition, players will be able to modify core gameplay elements such as health, weapon loadouts, and movement through a web-based scripting application. Number 7, The Dark Pictures Anthology. Similar to its preceding game, is an interactive drama. Okay, the player controls 5 characters who are trapped underground temple in Mesopotamia during the Iraq War in 23, where they are chased and hunted by monsters awakened by chaos. The 5 characters include Central Intelligence Agency, Officer Rachel King with her husband, U.S. Air Force, Harry King, Marines, Jason Culkin with Sergeant Nick Kay. Uh, Through the game, players need to make different decisions that can have long-term consequences as they influence how characters interpret themselves and the course of the narrative. All 5 characters can survive or die depending on player choices. And as a result, the game has multiple endings. Number 6, Guardians of the Galaxy. In Guardians of the Galaxy, the players take control of Peter Quill, Star-Lord, from a third-person perspective. The player can use Star-Lord's element gun to defeat enemies and fly through the air using his jet boots. Other members of the incumbent teams, which include Gamora, Rocket Raccoon, Groot, and Drax the Destroyer, are not directly playable as they are controllable by artificial intelligence, but players can issue commands to them during combat. Each character has their own unique skills and abilities, which can be chained together to inflict more damage. The players control enemies will build up and allow players to unleash a special ability known as Team Huddle, which prompts Star-Lord to create a motivational speech and play a song to inspire his teammates. The good speech will grant the other Guardians gameplay benefits through Star-Lord's abilities will be boosted regardless of the quality of the speech. At various points of the game, the player can make key decisions, be it dialogue threes that will affect the relationships between the Guardians and the outcomes of certain missions. The game Star-Lord's decisions will be referenced by his teammates. Despite the branching dialogue path, the core story remains the same and the game only have one ending. Number 5, Solar Ash is the second game from Art Machine, a studio run by Alex Preston, who created the 2016 award-winning Hyper Light Driver game. Player will find a surreal, vivid, and highly system world filled with lovable characters, fast-paced travel, and brutal confrontations with enemies. The void is calling. This game is focused on movement, okay, but the PvP is awesome too. It's an incredible looking game. Number 4, Riders Republic. The 5 main activities available in this game include mountain bikes, skiing, snowboarding, wingsuits flying, and rocket wingsuiting. Ubisoft described the game as a massive multiplayer sports game where more than 50 players can compete against each other in races. The PS4 and Xbox One versions only support about 20 players. In addition, players can also play the 6v6 competitive multiplayer mode named Trick Battle Arena. In this mode, each team competes in an arena and needs to perform as many tricks as possible in order to score tricks points. The team which has the highest score would win the match. The game is set in an open world which meshes 7 distinct American national parks, including Bryce Canyon, Yosemite Valley, Squaresha Park, Zion, Canyonlands, Mammoth Mountains, and Grand Teton, into one single map. It also features a social hub in which players can meet and interact with each other. The game also features a career mode in which players engage in 6 different activities. Each of them has their own progression path. Gradually, players would reach important milestones such as being invited to join competitions like UCE, Mountain Bikes World Cup, Red Bull Rampage, and X Games, and singing with real-world sports and sports sponsors. The final objective is to participate in Riders Ridge Invitational, a never seen before multi-sport competition featuring all sports in one single event. In this event, players can switch between sport activities at will. Players' progressions in the career mode, they will unlock new gears, outfits, cosmetics, items, and much more. Number 4, Age of Empires 4 is an upcoming real-time strategy video game developed by Relic Entertainment and published by Xbox Game Studios. The game is supposed to be released on October 28, 2021 for Windows. Most game mechanics will migrate directly from Age of Empire 2, for example, resources required, drop sites, stone made its way back to the resource list, and monks can convert units. When holding a relic, monks have a conversion area of effects. This mechanic was intended of Age of Empire 2 but was not added. There will be 8 civilizations available at the release date, which are the English, the Chinese, the Mongols, the Dalsus, Sultanate, the French, the Abyssinian dynasty, the Holy Roman Empire, and the Rus. Number 2, Fatal Frame Maiden of Blackwater is a survivor horror video game developed by Koei Tecmo, the fifth main entry in the Fatal Frame series. It was originally published by Nintendo for the Wii U in Japan in September 2014 and worldwide in October 2015. A remastered for 8th and 9th generation console and Windows. This time published by Koei Tecmo is supposed to be released in October 28th of 2021. As with previous game in the series, players navigate areas filled with hostile ghosts, which must be fought by taking photographs using the camera, which is directly controlled using the Wii U gamepad. A post-endgame story features Owain, a character from the company's Dead or Alive series. It's also available featuring alternative gameplay mechanics. The story, which is set of the fictional Ikami Mountain, focuses on 3 protagonists who are drained in supernatural events resolving in the area, including an ancient ritual to seal away the black water, malevolent force corrupting the surrounding spirits that start to the fate of the owner's shrine maiden Os Kurosawa. Number 1, Mario Party Superstars is an upcoming party video game developed by ND Cube and published by Nintendo for Nintendo Switch. It is the 12th home console installment in the Mario Party series after Super Mario Party. The game was announced on E3 2021 on June 15 and is the set for a worldwide release on October 29, 2021. The game will feature 5 remade maps from Nintendo 64 variants of the series. Additionally, the game will feature 100 remade minigames from past games in the series. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give a like. This video took a lot of time to make and a lot of effort to make. So if you like this kind of content, give a like and subscribe, because I will post 3 times a week video games news and new upcoming games and more future of technology in games and out games. So if you like this type of content, give a like, comment down below what your favorite upcoming game and what video do you want me to see, or what review do you want me to do. So if you like my previous video of Apex lore, if you want more lores or more history of games, comment down below. And if you really like this kind of content, subscribe please. So guys, see you in the next video.